day and welcome to CVTV News. My co-host David Kerr is out this week, but will return next week. Thank you to our sponsor, Germanna Community College. You can find your future at Germanna. So this story is about friends that stick closer than siblings, even in death. You may remember the tragic death of Colonial Forge High School student Helen Wang. She died on her 17th birthday, May 16th at Able Lake. As she was trying to make a left-hand turn onto Kellogg Mill Road, she was hit and killed by a work vehicle. Overgrown trees and impeded view are to blame. Witnesses say that foliage hung over the guardrail by at least 5 feet. Virginia Department of Transportation came in to clear the trees to give assistance to the county. However, Able Lake Access Road and boat ramp are both owned by Stafford County and are therefore responsible and required to maintain the light of sight. Helen Wang's friends have formed a student-led action group called Changing Staffords Roads to urge lawmakers to make secondary roads safer. They've been to every Board of Supervisors meeting since the accident. They have a strong social media presence, #ChangeThe4Helen, and met with State Representative Whitman. Changing Staffords Roads Action Group plans to be at a public safety awareness event called National Night Out on August 6th. It will be hosted by Stafford County Sheriff's Office at Stafford Marketplace in North Stafford, just off Interstate 95 and Route 610. This event will be held from 5 to 8 p.m. The Board of Supervisors met and approved a vote regarding roads. The Circuit Court since then has approved a referendum question to be put to a vote. Voters will decide whether or not to advance the proposed $50 million road bond referendum on the November ballot. If the considered projects identified by the Comprehensive Road Study Project passes, these projects will be included in the 2021 through 2030 Capital Improvement Plan. Changing Staffords Roads will present a public survey on August 6th and use the information to compare to and assist in guiding the CIP. As a reminder, if you have a safety issue that needs to be addressed by VDOT, you may contact their customer service center at 1-800-4ROAD, that's FORROAD, also 800-367-7623, or you may contact them online at my.vdot.virginia.gov. Here's information that you may need to know if you are traveling on domestic flights or entering federal property. The Department of Motor Vehicles state on their website that beginning October 1st, 2020, the federal government will require you to present upgraded Real ID compliant credentials or another form of approved identification in order to board a domestic flight or to access secure federal facilities. Virginia will offer this credential in order to comply with the Federal Real ID Act of 2005, which was enacted after the 9/11 Commission's recommendation. The credential is completely optional. If you won't need it, you don't need to get it. Effective immediately, some military bases may no longer accept non-Real ID compliant credentials, which display federal limits apply. You will need to verify identification requirements prior to your visit. If you remain an earthbound traveler and do not fly, nor do you access secure federal facilities or military bases, you do not need a Real ID from the DMV. To get a Real ID, you must go to the DMV. You can't do it online. You do not need a Real ID credential to do any of the following: be licensed by a state to drive, vote or register to vote, enter federal facilities such as a museum that do not require a person to present ID, apply for or receive federal benefits, access health or life-preserving services, including hospitals and health clinics, law enforcement or constitutionally protected activities, including a defendant's access to court proceedings, or participate in law enforcement proceedings or investigations. But remember, if you need to show identification to board a domestic flight or enter a secure federal facility or military base after October 1st, 2020, you'll need to bring another federally approved form of identification, like a valid U.S. passport or one of 13 other forms of ID listed on the site. According to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Transportation Security Administration does not require children under age 18 to provide identification when traveling with a companion within the United States. The companion will need acceptable identification. Although airlines may have individual policies on minor children and require identification. To get a Real ID, you'll pay the standard replacement card fee, which varies from $20 to $32, plus a $10 one-time surcharge. If your driver's license or ID card expires before October 2020, you may want to wait until it's time to renew to upgrade to a Real ID. You will avoid the replacement card fee, and you can use your current credential to board a domestic flight or enter some secure federal facilities until October 1st, 2020. For a complete list of accepted documents and more information, please visit dmvnow.com/realid or call 804-497-7100. My taco-loving friends need to know about this, especially if you cook at home. Potential salmonella contamination has prompted Walmart to voluntarily recall its taco seasoning. According to a press release, Williams Food LLC issued a recall of the 1-ounce Great Value Mild Taco Seasoning Mix after Mincing Spice Company discovered a test sample was possibly contaminated. As of the time of publication, there aren't any consumer complaints or reported cases of salmonellosis. The products potentially affected consist of packaging weighing 1 to 1.5 ounces with the best buy dates of July 8th and July 9th, 2021. The FDA says salmonella can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, frail or elderly people, and others with weakened immune systems. A healthy person infected with salmonella can experience fever, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. The taco seasoning was sold in our area. The states exempt from this recall are Alaska, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Washington. They did not sell the product. If you purchase the product, the FDA encourages you to not consume the product, discard it, or return it to the place of purchase for a full refund. Customers with questions can contact the Customer Service Center at 800-847-5608 or the words email customerservice@chg.com. That's email customerservice@chg.com. We are covering something that's a really good feel-good story. It's not your typical cat up a tree story. On Friday night, a plea went out to the Stafford Talk Facebook page of over 28,000 community members. A tiny kitten was stuck in a storm drain off Garrisonville Road. By Saturday morning, the post garnered a crowd of volunteers, Stafford County Animal Control, and Stafford County Public Works. Volunteers tried to get the kitten free, but it was a Stafford Public Works employee who sent a camera down the storm drain to help find and rescue the kitten. The little black kitten, about 6 weeks old, is doing fine and appears healthy. The kitten was adopted and named Leo, short for Leonardo, the New York City sewer-dwelling Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Don't go away, we'll be right back.